Hello again. Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Stacia. So today what we are going to be doing is we are going to be touring a couple bases on the server and taking a look at those, some of the builds that have been coming together. Normally I do these like every 25 levels, but we're going to be looking at Orbidlo and Purely Platonic spaces, which I know they started sometime after I had started the pack, so I went ahead and postponed it, giving them, basically just planning on giving them time to get some stuff built so we could take a look at it. So first up, we are going to be taking a look at Orbidlo's base. So over here, which I've actually been to both these bases a little bit. Orbidlo I was working with, trying to fix the server performance, and Purely Platonic I came over and helped with their Immersive Engineering build a bit back. So I've been to both of these bases, but over here looks like automatic fishing, which is turned off, and dried kelp area here with some create going. Oh, and they're using hopper botany pots for the kelp. So, and then it kind of comes through and looks like it gets cooked. Yeah, right here, and then taken off and sent on. If we continue on down this path here, we have kind of the courtyard for our Bidlo's base. I guess that's what I'm going to call it. You can see Nature's Aura set up over here, and then over here Botania with their Elven Gateway portal there. I actually really like this area quite a bit. I love the kind of the snowy mountains and stuff in this like little courtyard here. Over here is kind of their little waystone area where you teleport in, and then over here is the Ars Novea stuff. You can see lava mana generation here with volcanic accumulator for providing their mana. Up here, blood magic altar, Gaia summoning, and arboreal extractor. If we continue on up, is this the oh yeah, this is the blood altar area. I like this a lot. Myelite crystals. Interesting. And then item routers. I know Orbidlo and I were discussing modular routers because they said they were using modular routers for a lot of stuff. And I had suggested using a timer for one setup, and it worked out for them. And then it looks like right here, this is probably the modular routers for crafting slates and things like that, I'm assuming. Yeah, puller, cinder, stack upgrade, stack, puller, cinder, yeah. It looks like they automated their blood altar with modular routers. That was actually the mod one of the mods I almost used for a couple things, but I just haven't. Oh, whoops. Up here, we have, actually, if we come in the main way, we can come up here. Well, we'll just come up the main way, so you can kind of come in from here. To the left and to the right takes us up to that room that we were just at. This is fluid storage. You can see their obsidian chests down there, and then fluid storage, like there's pink slime, creosote, and so on up here. And then right here looks like plastic creation for acacia logs. And then if we head on down, this is kind of the mainframe area. This is the storage request network, and then that's all plugged up. You can see, well, Mechanism says I don't have access, but I know I'm an ally over here, but I guess Mechanism blocks me out. But various Mechanism machines, alloy smelter, crates over here for storage. Back over in here, looks like a little matter condenser set up and some other stuff there. Blaze farm, always nice to have. Oh, and then there's creepers, wither skeleton, spiders, and ghast. Over here is that, oh, that's cows over there. And that looks like a wither farm area. Oh, over here, what do we have? Solar system. Ender pearl blocks, ender sails, and some solar panel 6s set up. Quite a bit of power actually off of just a few solar panels. Solar panel 6s. Over here is ore processing area. So I know they're using like the fortune, like the super fortune. Like if you take a look at their, it's a netherite pick. I believe they're using, I don't want to mess with much, but I believe they're using like fortune 20 or something like that. for their ore system. Over here is enchanting area and some tinkers. We still haven't started onto tinkers. We will. We'll have to. At some point here soon. Actually here pretty soon, to be honest. Pure Daisy automation over there with modular routers. And then some nice little like vantage points at this base where you can kind of come out and overlook the area down below. And then back over here is storage and immersive. Crusher squeezers for making HOP, which I'm no longer having to make HOP at this point, I'm happy to say. We're going to take a look at that next episode and start moving towards some in-game stuff. But pretty extensive storage. Looks like in this area lots of compacting drawers here for various types of metals. And then lots of, looks like crops and some of the miscellaneous stuff. And then this back here, this is the storage network route for Simple Storage Network. And that actually connects up, or did connect up to this colossal chest, but I'm not sure if it's still connected. I know there was a bit of a TPS issue with that. So down here we have the create areas. So we have some flywheel generators, and then there's alternator generators, which are coming off there. That's generating some power using those alternators. So the excess kind of create energy that's being generated here gets then turned into power. And this is actually a pretty smart setup for generating some free power as well. I'm not sure how much it's producing, but I imagine it is producing quite a bit. There's actually a lot of alternators here. So you can see 644 FE coming in there. Over here is bucket recipe automation using a spout from Create in the depot there. So items come out onto that, and then they get filled by the spout. And then looks like modular routers for collecting and sending the items there. Energizing orb automation right here using modular routers. So items would get sent into here by the modular routers and then pulled out when they're finished from that. And then mechanical crafter system over here using XNet. Good. XNet's one of the best things for placing items into that, in my opinion. It's great for it. Though I'm assuming modular routers could probably handle it pretty well as well. Over here we have gold and iron create infinite farm. So let's see. I'm assuming it is, yeah, it's like an ore processing line. Or not an ore processing line, but a stone, kind of a cobbleworks extension. Mechanical drills, yeah, breaking the cobblestone. And then that would get sent down to here. That would go into crushing wheels. They break it down into gravel, get bulk washed, yeah. Bulk washed into iron, and then that looks like it gets put into the basin and then turned into actual iron ingots there. Stressometer. This is all disconnected here. We've got a blast furnace. Okay, it looks like maybe some ore processing or something going on there. Over here is gold. So once again, the cobblestone gets turned in, or gets broken and sent down. And then I imagine this thing took a lot of FPS. In my experience with Create and any kind of cobble breaking. Okay, so it gets crushed. It makes clay. The clay comes through and gets smelted into terracotta. Yeah, because terracotta, it'll create gold nuggets, right? That's something I had looked at a bit back. Yeah, through milling or crushing, you make red sand, and then that red sand then gets bulk washed into gold nuggets. So another really nice setup. You can see lots of steps to it, but actually pretty good method for gold, to be sure. All right, so if we head on down here is Nether Portal and Branch Mine. So there's Nether Portal. You can see some branch mining, probably for things like aluminum that are at a higher Y level. And then it comes down to here. Okay, so let's head back up. I think that's the actually the majority of the base, right? I'm gonna fly up and see if we missed anything. Oh, I just noticed their blood altar runs on witches. I just happened to notice them there. And then their astral stuff is up here. So attunement altar there. You could see sand generator was set up there, and starlight infuser, and then liquid starlight over here. And then over here is, looks like, yeah, it's the remnants of an astral temple. Setting up near these, always kind of handy for starting out with astral. It does make life a little bit easier kind of starting out. And so this has been Orbidlo's base. I actually like the way, I like the location a lot for this. Like if we fly up, for example, and take a good look around, I love the location, kind of these snowy mountaintops. And I really like the way that the base is coming together. I love the create automation. I like seeing that quite a bit. So these nice snowy mountains here, and like kind of this like lowland, grassy, somewhat like an oasis in the middle of all this snow and stuff. Which leads us into our next base. Oh, is that Mythic Botany? I just noticed. Yeah, that's Mythic Botany set up here. Nice. So you can see Mythic Botany requires Shimmerrock, Gold, Mana Infuser. And this can be used to make, the advanced Terra Steel stuff. This right here, Alf Steel. So you can make that with Dragonstone, Elementium, Pixie Dust, and it makes Alf Steel, takes 2 mana pools, kind of like advanced Terra Steel. And then this stuff, and then that you can take and make the Alf Steel armor, which is kind of a direct upgrade to the Terra Steel. Like you get reach, knockback resistance, speed, and swim speed, and then you get jump height. So, and I think it comes out to be about the same on it comes out to be the same on knockback resistance as Terra Steel, but you get all those added effects. So, and then you can also use it to make the Alf Blade, Alf Shatterer, Greatest Band of Aura, Alf Truncator, and Greatest Band of Mana. It's kind of like expanded on Botania. It all pretty much works the same as Botania. It's just kind of like a little add-on for Botania there. So kind of an interesting little mod. So alright, so now we're going to come over to Purely's base. I'm going to start off over here because it's kind of outside of the main structure there. Just to quickly show you the Botania Oasis that's over here. This is where the Botania stuff would be set up. You can see some Endo Flames there, and up here is some Astral Sorcery. Now I know Purely's not super advanced as far as progression, but they have been spending their time with Immersive Engineering, which is quite interesting. Actually, a huge immersive setup going, to say the least. I've been over here a few times, and very big immersive setup. You can see lots of wires and cables. Excavator over here for getting materials. We've got some pump jack, pump jack. More pump jacks than me. I've only got 3. Over here is some blood magic, kind of in this meteor spot. Some blood magic going on with a fully advanced blood altar, and not sure if you can get down underneath it. No, I don't think so. And then over here you can see another pump jack. So many pump jacks. So lots of pump jacks. You can see they're only running occasionally as it's needed. So, but now as we come into the actual base, asphalt and dark bricks making up the majority. You can see some treated wood and things. And then I think this stuff is polished jasper. But you can see an expansive immersive engineering area. So here it looks like a lubricant, I'm going to assume, since there is a flare stack there. Redstone controlled fluid valve to start pulling that out whenever it reaches. So it's pulling out when it gets up to 7 on the lubricant. And then down through here you can see diesel engines all the way down through here. And I have to be kind of careful because I did discover that I can die while wearing the mecha suit from HV wires. So just a heads up there. Mecha suit does not protect you from HV, unfortunately. Protects you from everything else, but not HV. So fuel being fed over to this via ender tank. You can see lots of core samples from all over for the excavators. I love the way this is looking. Like, I have a lot of respect for immersive structures and stuff. Down in here is simple storage network, looks like, with a colossal chest, Umbran and Hellbark saplings with hopper botany pots. Looks like a storage system, sulfur. Yeah. Over in here, we can take this ladder up, head up. Nothing up here just yet. And it leads up to clay. Why does it lead up to clay? Let's go on top here. Try to avoid these HV wires. Right here. Oh, it's villagers, so the villagers don't get out. And bench saws. And engineer crafting tables. Anvils. Current transformers. Getting all the different... lots of different villagers, so these will be their crafting blocks. Or their profession blocks. So you can see Mechanist here. Mason. Which I think is the one that runs off the bench saw. Looks like all at the moment. Okay, so let's pop up. I love the way this building looks. There's create area over here. Tinkerers, I still haven't gotten into it. But they added Tinkerers long after we were past that point. And it's probably my least favorite of the three tool mods. Partially because it's overused. You know, it's been around forever and it's in every single pack. So we still haven't started Tinkers. We're going to have to for a couple crafts, but... over here we have distillation and fluid storage. I love this. Like the way, if you look, the way that the fluid pipes are kind of hidden away inside of this. I love that. Quite a bit. Like it feels like a industrial area to me, and I like that. Oh, blast furnaces and coke ovens for making lots of steel. Always good to have a good number of these. That looks like coal behind it there. I like that. And it looks like underneath the fluid stuff here, we have pipes. This is where all the pipes come through, pulling out the creosote. So, then let's come through here. Oh, crates here. And then the ladder that leads up to there. Archwood trapdoor. I love this. I love this. Like I said, I've been over here a few times, but I haven't actually looked through everything. And I love just all the little, like, depth. I love the powered lanterns. I love them. Because they actually have to run power to these to have them turn on. So, back in here, this is where I spent some time before. Crusher, arc furnace, a lot of like kind of like the heavy machinery here. You could see the portable generators there being fed fluid. Squeezer, refinery, fermenter, sawmill, metal presses, just all the heavy machinery over here. You can see kind of a little ore processing system over here with coal generator, melting, solidification. And then back over in here, let's come through right there. Down this door, this is the power storage room. So you can see a current transformer there, changing everything over to MV. But all of this is coming out as HV, and you can see HV capacitors lined up with diesel generators. Now I can only imagine how expensive this probably was to initially set up, because HV capacitors kind of annoying to make, to be sure. But running all of this through diesel generators, which I know I mentioned before in the series, these are a bit more efficient as far as using your diesel than going with the diesel engines. But a lot of setup, I think, because I think diesel is alloy machine frames, which, as you recall, early on starting out, these were pretty expensive to make, eating through so much iron, aluminum, gold. Early on they are a little bit expensive, so I gotta be careful. All of this base is like a big death trap to me, so getting through the base store and not dying will be awesome. I know Purely dies a lot too, so HV is just one of those things, like you can set it up safely, run it up high and stuff, you will still always hit it. Never fails. You will always hit it. Alright, so then if we come up, right up here, this is villagers. So we've got structural engineer, structural engineer, structural engineer, and structural engineer. Is that a, oh, it's a villager spawner. That's kind of nifty. Machinists up here. And I'm assuming that one area is probably an area just for kind of breeding villagers, maybe. Or not breeding them, but giving them a profession. Because, of course, once they get their profession, they keep it. You can see there's no profession blocks around these. They'll keep it, like, forever. So, down in here, is this... now, this looks like the bottom of a what's going to be a building over here. Oh, I'm kind of curious about that. I didn't know that was over here. And then over here, we have solar panels from many utilities, making some extra power coming out of the solar panel controller there. So, and then another pump jack. Lots of pump jacks. But I know when we got that fixed for Purely's power generation, they were producing a pretty substantial amount of power from all this. So diesel is actually an extremely efficient form of power. So I'm assuming that all of these HVs are filled, I'm sure. So I think they were producing like 40,000 or some craziness just off of diesel. So now what's this over here? This looks like it's gonna be something. Archwood, you're the best. Huh, I don't know what this is. I see villagers though. Concrete. Oh, this is not in Purely's space, though. And I see something for Purely over there. We'll have to go take a look. Is this, this may have been like a starter base, possibly? Yeah, I don't know if this was a starter base or an expansion of Purely's base. I'm going to assume probably an expansion. Maybe? Emerald Muncher. I hadn't looked to see what all... Oh, you can buy everything. Oh. Okay. I hadn't even looked to see about the farming for blockheads. I usually don't use them too much, but whenever I get to kind of completion of seeds, I start using them a bit. Oh, somebody's seeds are over here. Is this steel? There's Excelsius base. Yeah, it looks like a big farm area. That may be Purely's, because I hadn't noticed any farms over here. You know. Oh, what's down here? Okay, nothing. Alright, now there's that one space over here that's part of Purely's stuff. Right here. I'm gonna guess probably a mob farm of some sort. Looks like a darkroom farm. Yep. Oh no, it's got Enderman, Wither skeletons, gas, and blazes here. Probably a manual kill, maybe? And so this was a look at Purely Platonic's base. For those of you that have watched the channel for very long, watched the server tours from previous series and stuff, you may remember Purely. They've been on the they've been on most of the patron servers and been around on the channel for a bit. Does some excellent building. Some excellent building work. I know Purely's, I think, pretty much done with this pack for now. Of course, I'm getting close to being done as well. Close-ish. You know, we're going to start tackling in-game, so kind of winding down at this point. So, on that note, there's actually going to be, because episodes for this pack won't be coming out as often, necessarily, as they had been, because it's harder for me to do expert crafts and stuff like that, and be like, okay, every day or two, there's going to be a video. You know, it's just not realistic for as we start moving into in-game. So here soon, episodes will kind of slow off as we kind of push through the in-game and making some creative items. But we are going to be, like I said, making our first creative item here in the next couple of episodes, probably, as we start moving through a few odd and end mods, kind of getting us ready for in-game, things that we're going to need for in-game. So... anyways, with that, we are going to wrap up this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just want to take an episode and show you around Purely Platonic and Orbidlo's bases, because I know both of them have been doing some building and kind of playing along on Stacia. If you guys enjoyed their bases, be sure and show some love down in the comments. I know they put a bit of work into their bases and stuff, and have been working and kind of playing along and stuff on the server. So, and with that, we are going to wrap up this episode here. Next episode will be business as usual. We're going to start here soon moving into big reactors, and we are going to start setting our sights on our first creative item. We have basically big reactors, a little bit of automation to do, and we're going to have to get our additional environmental tech miners up and going. I'm now at the point where I'm getting max tier gemstones, so we can start working on that here soon. So, which of course is going to give us a lot of resources coming in and all that good stuff, so that'll be good. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.